I scraped my way through hell to get 2 spirit beasts, and my junior brother straight up snatched the pretty white fox. Left me with this ugly, vicious black snake. But little did I know. That snake was the Dragon Clan's crown princess, Liu Ruyan, from the 9 heavens. Once she got her princess status back, the very first thing she did was ask me to be her consort. Meanwhile, my junior brother's white fox was ice cold. Never once gave him a second look. He got so jealous that he actually self-destructed his golden core, taking me down with him. When I opened my eyes again, me and my junior brother were back to the day we contracted our spirit beasts. This time, my junior brother immediately grabbed the ugly black snake, and I got stuck with that icy white fox. She shot me a look of pure disdain. Senior brother, this time, I'll be the one becoming the Dragon Clan's consort, and you'll be crawling under my feet. Hearing that, I thought to myself, so he's reborn too. But all he knows is that I had it made last life. What he doesn't know is that it cost me half my life to get there. Liu Ruyan, crown princess of the Dragon Clan, violent by nature, and she already had someone she loved. Last life, I contracted her, but she never felt a thing for me. She was actually filled with disgust. Then one day, her beloved got hurt, and she literally made me cut out my own heart blood to heal him. She drained me until I was barely breathing. And only after surviving her tribulation to become a 9 heavens princess did she finally wake up and realize I was her true love. Getting a second shot at this life. The last thing I wanted was to go anywhere near Liu Ruyan. Since Jin Yifeng was so desperate to take her, fine, let him enjoy that toxic love story all by himself. So I tucked the white fox under my arm and headed back to my cave. She gave me one lazy glance, then turned her big fluffy tail right toward me. Clearly couldn't be bothered with me. I sighed quietly to myself. Same attitude as last life, exact same. See, I'd heard back then that this white fox had a ridiculously pure bloodline, but absolutely hated being around people. Jin Yifeng was contracted with her for so long, and he never once saw what she looked like in human form. You don't have to be so on guard with me. If you don't want to, I'm not gonna force a contract on you. The fox froze for a second, then slowly turned and stared straight at me. This was the first time she'd ever spoken to me. You bring me all the way back here, but you won't contract me? Nothing like Liu Ruyan's cold cruelty. This fox's voice was clean and pretty. Just listening to it put me at ease. Of course, everything's gotta be mutual. My contracted spirit beast is gonna be my partner for life. Why would I force someone who doesn't even want to be with me? I don't care how powerful my spirit beast is. I just want someone who genuinely cares about me. The fox looked me up and down, surprised. Stared for a good while, then said a little shyly, fine, I guess contracting with you isn't off the table. But our fox clan is loyal to a fault. Once I choose you, whether it's up in the 9 heavens or down in the underworld, I will never betray you. That said, I need a little time to see if you actually mean what you say. She barely finished the sentence when a flash of white light burst in front of me. And just like that snow white little fox had turned into a beautiful girl. Flawless porcelain skin, sharp, delicate features, silver hair falling loosely over her shoulders. This kind of beauty just doesn't exist in the mortal world. And the kicker? She wasn't wearing a single piece of clothing. That perfect jade white body was just right there in front of me. My face went completely red in an instant. I was frozen solid. Oh my god, who would have ever guessed that in human form? This fox would look like this? Even if you stacked 10 Liu Ruyans on top of each other, they couldn't touch a single strand of her hair. How come you're not looking at me? Now that she was in human form, her voice had this irresistible little pull to it. Classic Fox Clan, honestly. Put some clothes on first. But I don't have any clothes. After saying that, she put on this little pouty, aggrieved expression. Then those arms of hers, white as jade, reached around me from behind and softly wrapped around my waist. You want to be my master, but you can't even prepare one outfit for me? What kind of logic is that? Like I knew she was going to transform out of nowhere. I was fully ready to say goodbye to this stuck-up white fox. For good. But her hand was still wrapped tight around my waist. And I panicked. Just ripped off my own outer robe and draped it over her. And then I made the mistake of looking at her again. My heart started racing. I couldn't think straight. Half covered like that, somehow she looked even more dangerous. Oh, right. I never told you my name. I'm G-Moli. After that, G-Moli moved in with me for the time being. I was desperate to get stronger, so I was up before dawn every day training with my sword. G-Moli would sit there and watch me. Pingan, your sword withdrawal just now was too slow, the angle was off, and the force was too weak. That strike's basically useless. That move's decent though. Still needs some work. G-Moli was draped lazily across a rattan chair, collar hanging wide open, collarbone on full display. I was trying to train, but kept sneaking glances at her. And I was getting low-key annoyed. This vixen, was she posing like that? On purpose? Just to mess with my training? Then tell me. This doesn't work, that doesn't work. What exactly am I supposed to do? I was starting to really suspect. G-Moli was doing this on purpose. But the next second, that silver-haired girl walked right up to me and hugged me from behind. Her warm breath hit my face all at once, and I just seized up, couldn't move an inch. Then, G-Moli grabbed my wrist and guided me through the move I'd been messing up this whole time. Focus. Channel your spiritual energy into your joints. G-Moli's voice was right there in my ear. I snapped back to attention and followed her movements and cleanly executed the entire sword form. It was completely different. With G-Moli's coaching, that one move was easily twice, no, more than twice, as powerful as before. I couldn't help but stare at her, puzzled. Wait, What's the deal with this fox, seriously? Her spiritual energy is barely there. She looks completely fragile, but her eye for detail is terrifying. She can spot every flaw in my technique with one glance. She's like a mystery. Last life or this one, I have never truly figured her out. I was about to ask her something when, suddenly, I felt a massive surge of energy nearby, coming from Qin Yifeng's cave. I grabbed Jimoli and ran over to Qin Yifeng's place to see what was going on. There was Qin Yifeng collapsed on the ground looking pathetic, staring up with puppy eyes at the woman standing in front of him. A dark, intimidating woman in black, the kind you know not to mess with. But I knew her all too well. It was Liu Ruyan. You disgusting man. I've already told you I don't want to be contracted with you. When are you ever going to break this contract with me? Liu Ruyan had Qin Yifeng by the throat, screaming at him. He could barely breathe, but still managed to look up at her with those sad, lovesick eyes. Yan. I genuinely like you. Liu Ruyan's face went dark. She threw him aside without a second thought, and Qin Yifeng hit the ground with a thud, right at my feet. Junior brother, what happened to you? Why are you out here brawling with your own spirit beast? Qin Yifeng was about to say something when his eyes landed on Jimoli, and he just froze, eyes wide, completely stunned. A second later, pure jealousy flooded his face. You're that white fox? Why did you transform this early this time around? Why didn't you, no matter what I did last life, never show your face to me? Jealousy was twisting up his face. He took a step forward, reaching for Jimoli's sleeve, and I blocked him. Jimoli is my spirit beast. Isn't your black snake right there? I pointed over at Liu Ruyan. Qin Yifeng snapped out of it and forced himself to stop looking at Jimoli, then turned his full attention back to Liu Ruyan. The two of them started their whole back and forth again, and within moments, a crowd of sect disciples had gathered. What even is this? Why is Junior Brother being so desperate with his own spirit beast? Seriously, that black snake is way too out of control. They're already contracted and she's still trying to hurt her own master? Wait, look at Senior Brother's spirit beast. Oh my god, she is gorgeous. That white fox is unreal. Even if she's not that strong, totally worth it. Hearing people talk about how good she looked, Jimoli's lips curled up in a little smile. Then she turned away so I wouldn't see. Little did she know I'd already caught every bit of it. That fox has always been a little vain. I knew that already. And right around this time, our master came rushing over when he saw his precious disciple literally groveling at the feet of a little black snake. His expression went ice cold. You wretched beast! How dare you act like this? Master raised his hand and sent a palm strike straight at Liu Ruyan. Junior Brother let out a yell and threw himself in front of Liu Ruyan. Master, please don't hurt her. He'd barely finished saying that when he coughed up a mouthful of blood. Master looked heartbroken. Yifeng, you're really going to protect this beast? Liu Ruyan is my spirit beast. No matter what she does, I'm always on her side. Junior Brother kept yelling about how much he loved Liu Ruyan, totally blind to the disappointment in Master's eyes, growing deeper by the second. Nobody asked you to butt in and protect me, you filthy Taoist. How dare you lay a hand on me? Master caught completely off guard. He felt a sudden sweetness in his throat, almost coughed up blood himself. I rushed forward to steady him. You insolent beast! You dare raise a hand against the sect leader of Liu Yun sect? Qin Yifeng went pale as a ghost, but still stood in front of Liu Ruyan, begging through tears. Master, please, spare Liu Ruyan. She's not a bad person. It was me who forced the contract on her. That's why she's angry. It's all my fault. Punish me instead. He was betting on the fact that with how much Master spoiled him, this whole thing would get swept under the rug, and Liu Ruyan wouldn't actually be punished. Since you're so dead set on pleading for this beast, go take 50 lashes at the discipline hall, and the sect tournament in 3 years, you will compete. Only the winner gets to become the next sect leader of Liu Yun sect. Junior Brother's eyes went wide instantly, face full of disbelief. He went pale as a sheet. Taking 50 lashes? Sure, that hurts. But it's survivable. Just a little pain and it's over. But what Master said after that sent him into full panic mode. Because Master had already privately told him that he was the chosen heir for the next sect leader position. As long as he kept his cultivation up, it was basically a done deal. So he'd never really felt any urgency about it. But now Master was saying loud and clear, only the winner of the tournament gets to inherit Liu Yun sect. What was he supposed to do now? Out of every disciple in Liu Yun sect, I had always been the strongest cultivator. If he had to fight me, there's no way he'd win. Qin Yifeng scrambled to go back and plead with Master again, but Master was already gone without looking back. The rest of the disciples figured the show was over and started clearing out, throwing a few parting shots at Qin Yifeng on the way out. Well, this is something. Junior Brother's gotta go head-to-head with the strongest fighter in the whole sect. Good luck with that. Qin Yifeng was fuming, glaring at me. What's your problem, Junior Brother? Why are you so worked up all of a sudden? Is it because you know you can't beat me and you're scared? Qin Yifeng had no comeback for that. He seemed to remember something and let out a cold snort. Don't get too cocky. In 3 years, I'll take you down. I said it before. I'm going to grind you into the dirt. And with that, he ran off toward Liu Ruyan all starry-eyed, softly asking if she'd gotten hurt anywhere. Jimoli rested her chin on my shoulder. You sure this Junior Brother of yours isn't the spirit beast here? He wags his tail better than an actual dog. I burst out laughing. This fox, her tongue is lethal. I knew exactly what Qin Yifeng was thinking. He just wanted to keep working on Liu Ruyan. She's the crown princess of the 9 heavens, if she actually wanted to. Help him. Take the top spot in the tournament. How hard could that be? I shook my head. thought to myself. Poor naive kid. It's not going to be that simple. After that, I dragged Jimoli into a non-stop grind. I wanted to get stronger. So bad. That feeling of being at everyone's mercy last life. I still remember every bit of it. I knew deep down that you don't have a voice until your fists are strong enough. If I'd had the strength to stand up to the 9 heavens back then, I would have cut down Liu Ruyan with one strike. I wouldn't have ended up in such a miserable state. I noticed something that kept surprising me. No matter how fast I improved, Jimoli always kept up with my pace. Her spiritual energy hadn't grown at all, but she could always cut straight to the core of my training issues. That kind of insight. Probably not even Master could match her. Days went by, and news about Qin Yifeng and Liu Ruyan kept making the rounds. By now, everyone in Liu Yun's sect knew that junior brother had become a beast simp, going out of his way every single day just to keep Liu Ruyan happy. All his time went to chasing after Liu Ruyan. He hadn't stepped foot in the training ground in ages. Looked like he'd fully committed to taking the easy way, but that shortcut was never going to work out for him. Because on that very day, Zhang Lingfeng finally showed up. As the young lord of Penglai Isle, Zhang Lingfeng had serious status. He walked right in and became Master's disciple, becoming the new junior brother. On top of that, he was good-looking, easygoing by nature, and quickly won over a ton of people in the sect. What really got under Qin Yifeng's skin was that Liu Ruyan suddenly made up her mind. She was breaking this contract no matter what. That day, I was heading back from the training ground with Jimoli when I heard Qin Yifeng's gut-wrenching scream.